Hey, what's going on, guys? Skill87 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing for the PlayStation 3 Dead to Rights Retribution. I've been wanting this game for a while now, and I decided to pick it up when I found out GameStop is doing one of their plus 50% in trade-in value on used games. So along with Dead to Rights Retribution, I also picked up Dead Space, which is Beast. I can't believe I skipped this game. I love it. And Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. This game's pretty damn cool. Too bad it's on the shitty-ass PlayStation Portable with its one analog stick. This game should have been on the PlayStation 3. What the fuck were you thinking? But whatever. We need some PSP sales, but no one in America seems to like PSP. It's only popular in Japan. So yeah, Dead to Rights Retribution. This game is over the top. It's fun as hell. It's mindless running and gunning, killing, a very cheesy story, but with good voice acting and somewhat decent replay value. I like this game a lot. You play as Jack Slate. You are this crazy, over-the-top officer who brings a new type of justice to the table. You know, instead of being your typical cop bringing dudes in, you pretty much kill everyone in your sight that opposes the law. On top of that, Jack Slate's a very hardened character. He's very intimidating, and once in a while he'll goof around a bit. Alongside your adventure, you got your little crazy canine buddy Shadow, who looks like a goddamn gigantic wolf, but he's a Siberian Husky who on four paws is just as tall as Jack Slate, like right up to his chest. It's like ridiculous. You ever see a Great Dane? Well, imagine a Siberian Husky the size of a Great Dane. That's how big Shadow is. It's ridiculous. But he's fucking awesome. And the shit Shadow and Slate do to take out their enemies is just like, sometimes it's almost disturbing. Like, Slate does shit where he can uppercut people and catch them midair and turn it into a neck breaker. And Shadow rips dudes' scrotums off. And there's an actual trophy for that. Going up to a dude, biting his fucking nuts off. Sick, right? So yeah, let's talk about the story. The story is relatively bad, actually. It's not bad, just kind of meh. It's very predictable. Like, you can almost tell what the entire game is going to be like in the first two levels. You know, you respond to this crazy hostile situation going on in the building. It's the Union, and Union's just this group of baddies and shit. And as time progresses, you learn that they're not your real enemy. And it's one of those games where it's like, you were the enemy all this time? Oh my god! It's one of those games. The story's kind of bad, actually. I'm not gonna lie, but what saves the story is very interesting characters and pretty spot-on voice acting. On top of that, the gameplay, which can be a little glitchy at times, and the ever so changing, levels and environments keep the game interesting. But the story itself, very blah. So the story for me is gonna get a meh. So that's like meh, medium. The controls for this game are very simple and easy to use. Typical third-person shooter. You hold X to run. You fight with triangle and circle. You hold R2 and L. R2 aims down sight. Oh, L2 aims on sight. R2 shoots. You got the square to block. The controls are relatively simple. It's a mix of a third-person shooting game with a lot of brawling. And you brawl a lot in this game. And on top of the controls, you can play this game two ways, really. You can just be a run and gun kind of guy. You don't really ever have to fight. Or you can be ballsy as hell and use Shadow to distract enemies while you go up to them and just beat the living fuck out of them. So I like that choice you have in this game. There's not really any form of stealth in this game. Like, this game tries to do what other games do. Once in a while, you're going to have like a little sniper mission. You're going to have somewhat stealth missions. But for the most part, you are running and gunning and just kicking major ass the entire game. The controls are simple to get used to. And they're not laggy. They're very responsive. The only problem I have with the controls is the combo system. The combos in this game, while there's different variations to do with triangle and circle, all your combos end up kind of looking the same. So the only combos actually ever worth doing is triangle, 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 circle, triangle, circle, circle, triangle. That's it. So that kind of gets a little repetitive right there. But the controls are easy to pick up and play with. So the controls need a thumbs up for me. Sound-wise. Music, bad. Voice acting, pretty good. Gun sound effects, horrible. I'm not gonna lie. The gun sound effects are very weak, very shitty. The pistol sounds like a fucking BB gun. So the sounds, from me, are just gonna get the straight thumbs down. Straight thumbs down. Graphics. The graphics are a little mixed emotions. The graphics are not great, but they're not bad at all. And what really helps the graphics is somewhat decent lighting and the fact that every level looks different. Every level is just different. The graphics are not great at all. But every level looks different, so you're always looking at something different. So it's kind of like an eye candy for you. Every time you go to do a new level, you feel like you're in a new level. You got your typical swords. You got buildings, you got bases, you got abandoned hospitals. So all the levels look different. The only problem with the level design is they're really straightforward. It's just a point A to point B kind of thing. But I'm glad that all levels do look different, and the lighting for each level is different. And I forgot to mention, there are levels where you play Shadow, which is basically a stealth thing, because Shadow gets like shot 2-3 times, he dies. Shadow, you can make him sneak, you can make him bark. It's like playing a solid snake. You go up to dudes, you bite their fucking balls off, or you rip their throats out. The only bad part about playing with Shadow is his animations tend to get really repetitive, and sometimes the AI is just really stupid. Only when you play Shadow. The AI when you're playing a Slate is straightforward, is pretty damn good. But the AI when you're playing a Shadow is stupid, because you go up to two dudes standing right next to each other, you'll jump on one dude, you'll lock your jaw on his throat, and he's like begging for life, and the dude next to him's like this. Where is he? It's like, the AI is a little stupid in those situations. But playing as Shadow is pretty cool. See a lot of gruesome deaths, rip a couple throats out, do some crazy ass shit as the Great Dane size Siberian Husky. And once in a while, it's good to get away from the run and gun action. Just play as Shadow. And there are actually there's quite a few segments you play as Shadow. You don't just play as them one or twice. You play as them like 4 or 5 times. The very last time you play as Shadow, I like how I did this. It's like you only play with him for 30 seconds, and it's just like kind of gives you a break from the crazy ending final missions. Let me see. What else am I missing? Gameplay, we talk about that. Oh, here's the bad about the game. Like I said, the sound effects kind of suck. This game, I'm talking about the PlayStation 3 version, has problems. Now, the frame rate does stay intact, which is relatively smooth all the time, but this game suffers from serious skipping. And what I mean by skipping is you'll be playing and you're running, it's like you'll be in the middle of a gunfight and the game just kind of stops. And that gets kind of annoying. Now, luckily, the game is so fun and so entertaining that you'll forgive this flaw. But if you're one of these really attention to detail kind of people, you will be annoyed very quickly by the skipping. The sound does stay intact. The sound never dies out. And once in a while, you come across a glitch. So you grab a dude, or you're doing one of your crazy fatality animations, and he'll punch a dude, and it'll end up like in the sky or through the roof, or the animation just completely glitches out. That rarely happens, but when it does happen, you're going to be like this. What? So the skipping is annoying. Animations tends to get fucked up. And sometimes the AI is like, it just bounces up and down. 1 minute the AI is really easy, and then you get to certain parts of the game where I'm playing on normal, and I'm just like dying over and over again. I'm just like, what the fuck? But yeah, the game still is very fun. And what's the best part about the game, for you trophy whores out there, on my very first playthrough, I got about 40 trophies. The game is very generous with the trophies. If you love to get trophy, you dodge attack to the trophy. So this game is actually very easy to platinum. Very easy. So if you're looking for a quick game to platinum, you can do it over a weekend. And as far as buying this game, I really wouldn't recommend buying this game unless you are a fan of the Dead to Rights series like I am. But it is definitely worth your time. Definitely rent it. And if you're looking to get some trophies, up your trophy score or achievement score, this is the game for you. Easy trophies, entertaining game, has its flaws, but the very last 2-3 missions of the game are very awesome. I don't want to say what you do, but they're just fucking sick. Last boss is relatively easy. That was kind of disappointing. Last boss is kind of easy, and the ending kind of sucks. But definitely a good game overall. I'm gonna give this game a 7 out of 10. The glitches really fuck up the overall experience. And I forgot to mention, this game is actually kind of long too. There's about, I think it's 9 chapters. Took me over 10 hours to beat, mainly because I died a lot. But definitely rent the game, check the game out. Fun, easy to pick up, suffers from a couple glitches, easy trophies. Thank you for watching this review. If you would like for me to do a review on this old ass game, Dead Space, which is amazing, you definitely gotta pick this shit up. If you're a fan of Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5, but you hated the fact that you couldn't move while walking, you couldn't move while aiming down sight, or the fact that the game really wasn't scary, then pick up Dead Space. Dead Space will scare the living fuck out of you. I'm not easily shook. I'm playing Dead Space. I'm playing like this. Kind of, I back away from the TV. And Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, it's pretty good so far. My only problem with it is that one analog stick thing with the PlayStation Portable. So like changing camera directions, aiming down sight, even with the several control options, this game really should have been on the fucking PlayStation 3. Goddamn Hideo Kojima. So yeah, thank you for watching this review. Once again, 7 out of 10. Tell me what you guys thought about this review. And yeah, peace.